In the world is Carolyn Durand. Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand wrote Finding Freedom, Harry and Meghan, and the Making of a Modern Royal Family. This is obviously Meghan's point of view, and not even Harry's point of view, because she also throws Harry under the bus. So Omid Scobie is doing interviews, okay, and pumping the book. Interview, Finding Freedom author Omid Scobie speaks to Royal Central. Here's another one. Full interview. This is Good Morning America. That's the big time. Full interview. Author tells Harry and Meghan's side of the story in his new book. But Carolyn Durand is not there. Why? Carolyn Durand is a producer and writer who spent nearly 2 decades, 20 years, working in London covering Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, Clarence House, and other major international events. During that time, she produced multiple interviews with members of the royal family, including Prince Harry. She contributes to O, the Oprah magazine, Elle magazine, and other American and British news outlets. So initially, it was just Omid Scobie writing Finding Freedom. I actually believe that Meghan wrote Finding Freedom and then gave it to Omid Scobie to edit. And then later they brought on Carolyn Durand, who is she's much more well known as a journalist. Carolyn Durand, here she is. Carolyn is a royal contributor for Elle and OprahMag.com, who's covered the royal family for the last 15 years. She's based in the UK. So she's very well connected, very well known. I want to figure out, why did she disappear? How come she's not showing up, pumping the book, going on the radio, going on television? And there hasn't been tremendous interest in the book. Omid Scobie hasn't done that many interviews, but it's all just Omid Scobie. Are Carolyn and Omid getting along? Did they have a fight? Did she really not do any writing, and she doesn't want to be put on the spot and have to lie and say, oh yeah, I wrote that book, and answer the hard questions like, how did you get this information? Since you didn't interview Harry and Meghan, how did you know this? How did you know that? How did you get access to all these key people without Harry and Meghan's approval? Why aren't Harry and Meghan suing you? Because they literally sue everyone. These are the kinds of questions, and we need to look at this.
Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. This is Omid Scobie. This is Carolyn Durand. Since the writing of the book, Finding Freedom, okay, which we've done a reading on that, and it's being panned big time. It has like 25% of the reviews are 1 star, and then they made an organized effort to give it 5 stars, and that's equally dirty pool. But anyway, Omid, they basically cut Carolyn Durand loose, and I think she's a much more accomplished writer than Omid Scobie. And Omid Scobie has gone on and been doing the interviews. So I want to explore, why did Carolyn Durand disappear? I mean, why did that happen? So let's start with a mini of, and I'm just looking for a lot of things. I'm wondering if she's afraid she's going to be caught out in a lie. I don't think she actually wrote it. They probably paid her a lot of money, good amount of money for a little bit of work. And she obviously wants to keep her lip buttoned about Finding Freedom, or she would be speaking out. So why did Carolyn Durand disappear? Why isn't she on the talk show circuit with Omid Scobie, which is, really the ice cream, the dessert portion of writing the book? All the hard work is done. Oh, look at that. Oh dear. Why? Well, we got the devil showing up right in the middle. The devil's a liar. The devil will deceive you. The devil is angry. The devil is dirty dealings, done dirt cheap, secrets. The clever fox is keeping secrets. She doesn't want to be interviewed, and because she's going to be caught out in a lie. The devil is a liar. The devil is most of all a liar. Okay, rooted over time. So Meghan began writing this before she married Harry. And we know this. Meghan admitted that she started writing her journals before entering the royal palace. She was recording, she was tape recording, she was video recording, she was writing a journal. She was doing this the whole time. Okay, and Carolyn Durand is a writer. She's a real journalist. And she doesn't want to be caught out in the lie saying, oh yeah, me and Omid wrote it. She can't be given the details. Plus, you know, they interviewed all these people close to Meghan and Harry. They couldn't have done that without permission. They know all kinds of really intimate details of events, and they couldn't have known these things without speaking to Harry and Meghan. They deny speaking to Harry and Meghan. So Scobie is willing to toe the party line and say whatever needs to be said, no matter how preposterous. Okay, and you can't get it out of him. You can't get the truth out of him unless he slips up, and he does slip up. But then he's just going to hold the party line. So Carolyn Durand is not willing to do this. The devil's in the middle. So on her mind, she's reacting to the circumstances. Butterfly very publicly. What do we have in the center? Mercury, 3 black birds, Mother Earth. Okay, so Mercury is electronic, social media, communication. Talking, you know, transmitting, sending it out to the world electronically, okay, about the situation. And that's 24, 6 spades. So 6 spades is a liar card, incubus, succubus, purely selfish, you know, a biased narrative, very public, reacting to circumstances. So there's a lot of dishonesty. They're repainting, they're recharacterizing events in Meghan's favor and even against Harry. Even Harry's getting thrown under the bus. Okay, everybody's getting thrown under the bus. And very recently, Meghan and Harry were nonstop attacking the royal family because they exist in relation to their enemies. At least Meghan does. Meghan seems to exist in direct relation to whoever she's attacking. And it was the royal family and the Queen and Will and Kate. Everything is William's fault, and then a lot of stuff is Kate's fault, and then stuff is Harry's fault. She's always blaming someone. So she feels that she can't be a part of that. It's going to ruin her. And I wonder if they, Omid and Carolyn, fight. So let's take a look at their relationship. Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand. Do they have a good working relationship? Or, you know, how is their relationship? Because if they're, you know, if she's a more honest person, like, I just want to tell the truth, you know, and it's going to be too hard to keep up this fabricated reality, then they might really conflict. Let's look at Omid and Carolyn. Omid. Oh boy. Oh goodness. What's going on with Omid and Carolyn? Well, Carolyn's got the 10 spades. They had a really big blowout. She and Omid had a big blowout about the book and how it should be written on an ongoing basis. They had a huge blowout, and not the hair kind of blowout, not the Jersey Shore blowout, a huge fight. Omid, he's working with everybody. He's to keep the secrets, let's see, 12 and 3, 15, 4 clubs. So 2 structure cards. So he's working with Meghan to blame others. Scapegoat is the blaming card, to keep the secrets and blame others. Omid is working with Meghan and Harry, but Meghan, to keep the secrets and blame everyone else. This is their opportunity to rewrite reality. Carolyn was not on board with that. She's like, no, I don't like the way this is being written. It's not objective enough. It doesn't show both sides. We're not really interviewing anybody. You know, it's not real journalism, and that's why people are panning it. That's why people are having a problem with Finding Freedom. And if you read it, it's written like a 5-star review of Meghan as a human being. She is perfect. She's perfect, 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 perfect in every way, and everything is everyone else's fault. So on top we have no and water into wine. That's 17, 5 hearts reacting to circumstances. A full stop of renewal is stopped. Joy is stopped. Renewal is stopped. This can also say stop the lying, stop the deception. So Carolyn did not sign off on how the book came out. She didn't like it. She got paid for writing the book, and she got her name on it, but she didn't like it. Omid, he's a company man, and he's going to do whatever Megan tells him to do. What Megan wants, Megan gets, and Omid is going to make sure that that happens. She was not on board with that. Okay, the people close to you, King of Diamonds, manifesting an official narrative for the people close to you. 26, 7 diamonds, finger of God. So the book was literally A, written by Megan, and B, the final result was dictated by Megan. So not only did they interview Megan, Megan wrote the book, and Megan step by step was dictating what needed to come out in the biography. It's really an autobiography written by Megan, and that's why they're not suing everybody. That's got to really bug Harry, all this deception. The deception really bothered her, and they had an absolute falling out. How much writing did Carolyn actually do? Okay, how much writing did Carolyn actually do? Because I believe that Megan gave them a completed copy. She gave them her journals that she wrote from before entering the royal family through her very brief time as a duchess. And then she basically said to Omid, clean it up. And then they brought on a much better writer, Carolyn Durand, much more seasoned, much better, much more respected. And it works on many levels to bring someone like Carolyn in, because people know her as a real royal reporter. Omid Scobie's more of a lackey. He's not like a real reporter. He's a social media guy, and he's Meghan's mouthpiece. But apparently that pays enough to live in a decent apartment and travel around the world and act like he's a celebrity. So how much writing did Carolyn actually do? How much writing did Carolyn actually do? On an ongoing basis, the foundation, 9 and 8, 17, 5 hearts, 2 5s, change. She wanted to do everything. Okay, on the surface, she wanted to write the whole thing. You get this manuscript or these notes or this journal from Megan, and you go and you write the whole thing from soup to nuts. That's what a real writer's going to do. That's what she wanted to do. That's not what Scobie wanted to do. Okay, underneath, very closely associated with the woman, hidden in the situation. So Megan is right there all the time. She's very controlling. Okay, we have a separation card and we have a close union card. That's exactly what's happening. Okay, not directly dictated by Megan. Big change. Not directly. King of Hearts can be a man. Or this can be Scobie. Scobie didn't write it. Big change. Scobie didn't write it. Big change. The woman wrote it. Another woman wrote it. Yeah. So Scobie didn't write it. King of Hearts, 2 spades. Scobie didn't write it. Megan wrote it. Okay, and she wanted to make big changes because another woman wrote it. Queen of Spades is another woman. Okay, and 2 hearts is the most intimate card. It is literally the lover's card where the lovers join together. So Megan was so very intimately involved in the writing and in this project. She essentially wrote it. This comes from Megan's heart. This comes from Megan's pen. Okay, and that's what's wrong. So Carolyn Durand wanted to write it. She wanted to sit down and write the whole thing, soup to nuts, using the journals as a reference. Okay, Meghan's journals. But instead, it's really written completely by Meghan, and Scobie didn't want to write anything. He's like, I'm functionally illiterate. I just smile a lot and shake hands. So I think that's what's going on. So that's the big blowout that they had. Carolyn's a real writer, and Scobie's like, write what? We have the whole thing right here. Why would I write anything? Is Carolyn Durand afraid that she's going to be caught out in a lie during interviews? Is that the problem? Because I think that's the problem. There's so many lies here. There's a lot of lies and deception. And they're really big lies. They're not like small lies. Is Carolyn afraid she's going to be caught out in a lie? We got the yes card. This is the lying card. Oh, this is systematic. Is Carolyn afraid she's going to be caught out in a lie? She's very emotional about this. Yes, she's very emotional about appearing in front of other people. 25, 7 hearts. 1925, yep. So yeah, she's very concerned about this, very emotionally upset and concerned about this. She doesn't want to be caught out in a lie. And she realizes that her reputation is very important for continuing work, because Finding Freedom is not the last writing project she's ever going to do, and she can't afford to have it be the last writing project she's ever going to do, because she's going to be unemployed if that's the case. Here underneath we have 6 spades, bad relationship and lying, committed to lying in a systematic way. 8 and 13, 21, 6 hearts. Because of the relationships. So, yeah, there's just a lot of lying going on. There's a lot of deception. So, what do we have? Why did Carolyn disappear? Because of all of the deception, the lies, and the weaving of this story over. They're recasting the narrative, and this devil's very telling. It's really not a truthful narrative, and that's why people are panning it, giving it a 1 star, and why the price keeps getting cut. The price for the book has been cut in half. Even just, I think the price was cut in half before it was finally released. Okay, in the pre-order it was $25, and then it was cut down to like $12 in America. So the price was cut in half even before the publishing date. Okay, Omid and Carolyn, these kind of creative differences can really create a problem. They had a huge fight over the book. Mustard Seed is the book. Over the direction of the book. Scobie's like, no, I work for Meghan. And so he wants to keep her secrets and blame everyone. And they just really disagreed. These two were officially working together, and they were at complete loggerheads. She wanted to write a real biography, and he's like, no, I'm just going to do whatever Meghan tells me. And that's what's up here, manifesting the official narrative of these relationships. And that's what it is, from outside. So Meghan and the outside party, who officially had no involvement, is dictating all of it, step by step. And here we have Meghan cannot be more closely aligned with what's going on. Okay, and how much writing did Carolyn do? Officially, she did all of it. But underneath, Meghan actually wrote it. And Scobie didn't write it, and Meghan wrote it. Scobie didn't write it, Meghan wrote it. Yeah. And she's just afraid she's going to get caught out in a lie. So there's a lot of deception in this book. Meghan wrote this book. She's afraid that the exposure of these lies and the fact that, it's not really a biography, it's an autobiography, this could really hurt her career. And she's terrified of that. And Scobie's the one, he's willing to say whatever Meghan wants him to say. And she's not willing to do that. So she's just disappeared off the map. She's disappeared because of all the deception associated with this book. That's interesting. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.